Guys, is Asake bigger than Rema? That is a question many people have been asking ever since a person of Adebayo came out on Pulse TV to actually make a particular statement on this and saying that the likes of Asake with two albums has been able to sell out O2 Arena two times and also, gearing to sell out Madison Square and the rest. And talking about all of this depends on the parameters on which he is measuring success. That is something I believe about the whole thing. Because when you talk about streams right now, you should be calling out Rema to be bigger in his own generation. That is something I kind of understand. Many people will really appreciate and say that, Rema is bigger in his own generation based on his own contribution to Afrobeat to an extent. This guy has been able to surpass over 1 billion views on YouTube, based on his own contribution to Afrobeat. Check awards, check different platforms on which he's been recognized to an extent. But many people are quick to say Rema has been recognized on the countdown alone. But he has a lot of hit tracks out there that are doing better. But this time around, a lot of people are saying that Rema has to do something better because his recent album is not performing as expected. That is what many people are really saying. You need to understand that Rema has actually switched styles, and that is something we need to appreciate about Rema because not every artist will do what Rema is doing, trying to switch styles, trying to do something different from what he has been doing. Rema became one of the first artists to top chart in India, and that we have to kind of commend Rema for that good number. And one of the biggest artists in terms of music sales or unit sales in Canada after a person of whiskey. That is another big number for Rema. And also, Rema is the second, streamed artist on Spotify in Nigeria. That is something you also need to understand about Rema. But you using concert arenas to judge this whole thing, I think this guy is making a big mistake of that. Let's catch a glimpse.
Do Burna Boy. You can arrange that anyhow you like, right? I'm not arranging it for anybody. Like those three, right? And in no particular order.
Yeah.
Burna Boy, Davido, Whiskey, right? If there's going to be a number four spots next to them, it belongs to Ashake. And that's facts. Yeah. Have you seen the venues is trying to sell out on that tour? That he has Madison Square Garden, O2 for the second time, the arena is doing in Canada. I think after this tour, and I mean, it's just clear. It's just clear. There's no longer perhaps. There's no longer maybe. Ashake is the biggest artist of his generation. It's facts. It's two solid albums. Sell out O2, sold out. I think he did a couple of shows in Canada. But I think the venue Burna Boy sold back to back. He did that. Now he's going to do the TD Gardens Arena. He's going to do Madison Square Garden. He's going to do today this 16th. He's doing, or if he hasn't done it already, Washington. What's the arena in Washington D.C.? There's this arena like 16 capacity in Washington D.C. Have you seen the arena is on his list? Nobody in this generation is doing that. It's number one. And if at all, and there's no maybe, there's no perhaps. If at all, there's going to create a space among the big three of Wizkid, David.
Guys, so talking about Rema right now, we got a lot of stories that are interesting about him. I interviewed Rema's uncle at the time, and that interview has been receiving a lot of traffic on Twitter and other platforms right now, even on YouTube. But a lot of people are having their says about this without watching the full videos on YouTube. You need to watch part one video of that interview and got to understand why the uncle is now coming out to actually say that, yes, I'm related to Rema. And according to the uncle, he said, I've been trying to reach out to Rema, his mom, and his family, but I've been blocked off it. People are now saying that it's because Rema don't hammer and all those kind of things. And some people don't even want Rema to come down to his village, at least see his father's grave where his father was buried. And then, because according to the story I gathered, is not well kept. I think Rema needs to do well to honor his father, even at death, because there's a blessing with that. That is something I kind of understand by this whole thing. that is trending out on social media. I did an interview of the uncle, and ever since, a lot of people have been, tongue-lashing us and been saying a lot of things about all of this. I have to, do it because the uncle is interested in reconciliation with Rema. While other persons are saying where the uncle did before now, Rema don't succeed, you don't say you be uncle. So you have to take a glimpse at the interview and get to understand that the uncle has a valid reason why he was really away at the time. Go and check part one of the interview and get to understand that he actually raised some valid points about all of this. Yes, on the story of Jude Okoye, a lot of people came out to blast Jude Okoye when Mr. P came to give his own version of the story. But right now, Jude Okoye has come out to give his own version, and the story is getting clearer at the end of the day. I got to understand a lot of things about all of this. Money is involved, and many people thought that Jude is ripping off, P Square. But you need to understand that from inception, Jude contributed and invested in P Square, and he has a particular right to P Square according to the MOU signed by three of them. But right now, why is somebody reneging? What do you think about the story of Jude? Let's catch a glimpse and get to understand it better.
P Square, even more, but I am not charging that. I'm just being equal with them as P Square. So that is about the EFCC case. And about my wife's own case, like I said, please, easy with the comment section, leave her out of it. I understand what you guys are feeling about Peter's story. No worries. I don't want to cross that line with him. Peter has crossed a very serious line, taking this matter to EFCC. But I'm telling you honestly, if I cross that line with him, it's going to be two people. It's like a pig that's playing in the mud, and you're putting on white, and you decide to go and join the pig in the mud. It's not going to look good on me to cross that line. Like, I'm going to still be that bigger person, that bigger brother, to look at it with a different perspective. But first of all, I need to go and defend myself. So my defending myself now means that I have to go and put in a petition so that they can also be investigated, and that money that I am also receiving that is in my account that he was petitioning about, they also see the same money in their own account. That's why I put in a petition too. Aside that, I don't have any qualms with Peter. I don't have any qualms with Paul. I don't have any qualms with anybody. It's been 8.
Before I jump off, I want to say thank you guys for watching our videos, and thank you for the love so far. If you are new here, you can click the subscribe button below and the bell notification icon to always get notifications each time we upload our videos.
I'm related to Rema. Myself and his father and two other of our sisters are of the same mother, the same father.
Yeah.
So Rema's father was my senior brother, late Kubo Chukuma Justice, and myself, Kubo Uchenna Johnson. So we are the same father, the same mother.
Okay, you for don't come out before now.